I just got home from church, y'all, and I am so emotional. I was boohoo crying because I literally just finished reading the book of Genesis yesterday. Had complete clarity, new revelations were revealed to me, but I was so confused about the story of Jacob wrestling with God because I'm like, why would Jacob wrestle with God? God is almighty because in the story it says God knew that he couldn't defeat Jacob. So I'm just so confused about me picturing God wrestling with the man, okay? Y'all, I'll go to church today. God is not the God of confusion because he said, Kiara, you cannot move on to Exodus until you understand this. My pastor preached this very story. Not only did it provide clarity to me, but I got the revelation from a current situation that I am battling with right now in my life today that I'm going to tell y'all about. Okay? Just hang with me. So, in the story, in the very beginning, before Jacob was even born, God told Jacob's mom, Rebecca, that he was destined for greatness. So here in Genesis 25:23, God tells her, the leaders of two nations are in your body, because he had a twin, Jacob and Esau. Two nations will come from you and they will be divided. One of them will be stronger and the older will serve the younger, meaning Esau will serve Jacob, right? So God already put it out there. Jacob is destined for greatness. He's going to be so powerful that his older brother is going to have to serve him. But Jacob was a manipulator and Jacob was a liar. And Jacob did all these things throughout his life to try to get the blessing that God already told him was his. Y'all, listen to this. I read and I understood this part. Jacob tricked his brother Esau for his birthright. Back in the day, the oldest son gets the birthright. And then when it was time for their father, when their father was on his dying bed to bless Esau, the older brother, Jacob got like fake animal hair and put it on him and went to his father because his father couldn't see and pretended that he was his brother Esau so that the father blessed him. So Jacob got Esau's blessing, but he tricked people and he manipulated people and he just did these things to try to battle to get the blessing that God already said was his. Okay, so then we get to this point, a lot of things happen in Jacob's story. Then we get to this point where he's in this cave and it literally says he wrestles with the man, but the man is God. My pastor broke this down so clearly for me. God came down and wrestled with Jacob because he basically said, dude, like, I already told you. I got you. I already told you. I have your blessing stored up for you. I already told you. You are going to be the leader of a nation. Why are you going around here manipulating and doing all these crazy things when I told you? You need to trust me. Trust your faith that I am going to give you exactly what I promised when you were just a seed in your mother's womb. Oh, Jesus, that spoke to me. That spoke to me, y'all. I am getting so emotional now. Let me tell you how this relates to my life, okay? I am literally going through something right now. I have been at my job for 10 years. I just found out last week that I may not even have a job anymore. These large Fortune 300 companies, 500, whatever, they do a lot of layoffs, okay? My job is in jeopardy. I don't know tomorrow when I go into work whether or not I'll have a job or not. And I was a little worried about that. At first, I was like, okay, well, I guess I have to start over. And like, I got my resume together. I'm like, I'm going to start applying for another job. And I'm like, at least I get a good severance because that'll last me a couple of months with pay without working. I could spend that time, looking for jobs and doing content. But God told me, you still worried. Like, I said that I am going to bless you abundantly. I told you, Kiara, when you start seeking me first, I am going to bless you and bless that. I have a heart's desire to make content, to make godly content, to bring people to the Lord. And He's going to bless me for that. Why am I wrestling with Him about a 9 to 5? And even if I don't get that, why am I thinking about applying to other things? I need to stop wrestling with God and just trust Him. God gave me this desire in my heart. I really want to connect people with the Lord. I want to be the vessel and I want to help save souls and I want to do it through content. I'm doing what He asked me to do. I'm doing what I want to do. We're on the same page and He's going to bless me for that abundantly. Me worried about this job and whether or not my job is saved, and okay, if it's not saved and I need to start applying and doing these other things, that's me wrestling with God. That's me wrestling with the promise that He has already placed over my life. He already told me He's going to bless me for what I'm doing. I need to just take a chill pill and sit back and just watch God work. This is for anybody that has a blessing over their lives. If God promised something to you, stop doing the most. Stop wrestling with God trying to do things and get your way to the blessing that He already told you was yours since you were an infant. God put that blessing on you. Have faith. Know that it is going to happen. Stop doing the most. Stop being like Jacob. Stop being like me. Stop wrestling with God. He promised you your blessing. You're going to get it. And you don't have to do the most to get it either.